Okay, here we are at day 5. Um, I said yesterday that I had ordered or trying to get an estimate on doing the face of these cabinets with a vinyl wrap like they do on cars, and they didn't get back to me yet. So, in the meantime, I'm going to get the cabinets all together. So I need to get this cabinet cleaned out. I need to get this cabinet cleaned out because this is actually upside down. It's going to go here. The bigger cabinet's going to go here. Then the up cabinets, the narrower cabinets up top there. And I measured it out. It's all set. So I'm going to pull the cabinets out. This one's already clean. And clean them up. Take all the stuff out of them. Put it downstairs. Then I'm going to make sure that my top right there is ready to paint because my bottom right here is not dry yet. So I'm going to figure out why I'm not drying as fast as I'd like. We are in the middle of winter. It's January. And with having the heat vent closed off, I'm not getting a lot of circulation in here. I just opened a window, but I don't want all the dust in my house, which I'm getting some dust in my house. Close this. And I'm going to tape this back up. I'm going to put some new tape on there and reinforce that. So I'm going to probably bring in some fans and try and send the humid air out the side door or this way. But my patch here is still wet underneath, and there's a lot of mud in there, but it should have dried. It's been at least 12 hours. So the weather has been humid. It is predicted to snow today. So with the humidity, it may prevent it from drying as well. So my ceiling has one coat of paint where I'm trying to get it the same color there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little more compound on the spots that I have a little bit divots. I don't put a lot on because I don't like sanding a lot. So I do little at a time, just a little at a time so that I'm not sanding. I'm gonna put some more spackle and caulk in that crack there. It's a pretty big crack. So what they did was they couldn't fit the board. They put the board on first and then put the ceiling on this side for some reason. So they cut the paneling to butt up against the board. So even like that one dug into the drywall. So the problem with this house, or with any houses built at this time, none of the corners are level or 90 degrees. They're wavy, they move. So if I wanted to put a cabinet up to the ceiling, I'd have a problem because the wall and the ceiling aren't always 90 degrees. So at one end, I'd have the corner of the cabinet, to level it, I'd have the corner of the cabinet hitting at the top of the ceiling, but by the time I got down here, my cabinets would be all crooked because the ceiling's not level. So I found that out in my back room when I was putting up shelving on the ceiling because the ceiling and the wall are not level. So I had to rearrange everything and level it on the bottom, have various gaps on the top, which you can't really tell, but it's very aggravating when you're trying to plot out your studs and your fasteners when your ceiling isn't level. So that's why we're not going all the way to the ceiling. We are going to have a gap up there, but I want the gap up there so I can put my pans and my baking pans and all this flat stuff. All that flat stuff's going to go up there. Put some of those cookbooks up there to decorate. but I want that gap for additional storage of stuff that I don't use all the time. And then my other next thing that I'm going to move is this rack with these cast iron pots and pans. So this space is all going to be remodeled, but these cast iron pots and pans have been hanging up here forever, and I really love my wood window frame, and I think it's a shame to hide it back here. So this hanger, which holds a lot of weight with these pots and pans, I am going to put up here. I originally thought I was going to take the archway out and make it go all the way up to the ceiling and square it off. But now with seeing that I need to put these pots and pans somewhere, and I really like how they hang, because when you oil them, because they have to be seasoned and oiled and stuff, I don't want them sitting on top of each other in a cabinet. So having them hanging is really good for the skillets. So I'm going to put them up here, and hopefully they'll be out of the way enough, and then I'll have my shelf on top. So I measured, and if I put the bigger ones to the side where I have more wall and the smaller ones across, it'll work out great. So I'll have the pans right here, the stove right here, the fridge right here, and everything here will be conducive to cooking, and then of course my additional countertop. So that's the second thing. So today I'm going to clean out these cupboards. I'm going to paint this wall, look for the estimate on the vinyl. If they don't get back to me today, I'm going to order vinyl and do it myself, because I'm impatient and I don't like to wait for people. So this cabinet I need to take apart. This is just sitting on top because I had used it for something else. So I'm going to pull that out, and there's nothing much in it, so it'll be easy. So that's my plan for today. Today is day 5. Like I said, there have been days in between, but days that I have set aside specifically to work on this project. Today is day 5.